Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Okay, today's video, episode 59 in the Throwback Thursday series I'm doing using old makeup. Not ugly old, just not talked about old. So if you want to see what I'm doing today, stick around, we're going to get into it. Let me just say real quick, if you're not already subscribed, now is a good time to do that. I upload several videos a week, and if you click on the little bell and choose all, YouTube will notify you when I upload a new one, and then you can choose to watch it or not. It's totally up to you, no pressure. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me. All right, so enough fiddle farting around, let's just get into it. Today's palette of choice is the Nomad Cosmetics Orient Express palette. They have this one and a 9 pan with some of these shades. I don't know if you can see, but I've taken a permanent marker and put little pokey dots where beneath the shades that are in the mini one, because always a method to the madness. The 9 pan palette is currently on sale. I would imagine it's going out. Like, I don't know that they're going to continue to keep stocking it. Nomad hasn't said anything. I don't know anything. That's just an educated guess from the way I see them do things. So anyway, I thought, let me use this palette, which I've never actually used. I know, so bad. I did swatch it in my giant Nomad video. It's in my playlist. I believe it is the Black Friday Nomad sale. I'm holding up the Hudson Valley palette in the thumbnail. Anyway, if you're curious about what these all look like swatched out, I swatched every palette I have. So I'm going to use these today in case you want to pick up the 9 pan palette. It's at a discount, and I think you can use my coupon code, shameless plug, JK, I never remember to say anything. So I'm going to put on some eyeshadows, and I thought I would just yammer at you a bit. A couple of things this morning that I wanted to share. So I'm going to put on eyeshadow and yammer at you. Hopefully you're into that. If you are, and at any point you like this video, you could totally give it a thumbs up. You can share my videos, talk about me on the interwebs in a nice way would be appreciated. But anyway, it's acceptable. I'm just patting out my eye base, which is the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas. I'm going to use Baby Grand, which is right here on my transition area. Okay, I'm just gonna start putting this on the crease transition area. Obviously my brows are done too. I never do them on camera because it's kind of boring and usually nobody cares. However, if you are interested in how I do my brows, just leave it in the comment section. I would do a quick video about it. So I got it this morning, per usual, watched some YouTube, scrolled Facebook for a few minutes, talked to Dallas, drank my coffee, all the normal things. And then I started getting stuff done. I had gotten a couple of new articles of clothing, and I wanted to wash those so I could wear one today, which is what I'm doing. I cleaned up the kitchen. I just did all the things that I needed to do, feeling really good. I talked to some of you in my comment section, and I talked to Shawnee, I talked to my sister. I figured out, so Kat, he's been with us for almost 15 years. Best guess he's 16 right now. He was a stray. I've told this story several times, how he came to be our cat. He's not hanging on to weight. He's really losing a lot of weight. He eats, he drinks, he does all the bathroom stuff that is completely normal. Nothing's wrong with him. He's got a clean bill of health. He's just getting old. So we only feed him wet cat food, and he just kind of doesn't seem to be loving it. He eats it. He eats it fine, no complaints, but I'm not sure he loves it. I gotta fix my mirror. We have in the past gotten him the Tiki Cat. I call them Go-Gurts, but they're like little tubey snack thingies. They have larger ones that are like a mousse. So I gave him that yesterday, and Cat cleaned his dish. He has not cleaned his dish in ages and ages and ages. He just like will eat most of it and then leave a little bit. Even if he wants more, he won't eat all of what's in his bowl. I'm not sure what that's about. I know sometimes people say cats start to panic if they can see the bottom of their bowl, but he only has wet food, and so the goal is to eat all of it in one sitting so it's not sitting there. And he hasn't done that for a long time. Needless to say, we go through a lot of cat dishes. But putting the mousse in, cleaned it, ate every last bit of it, didn't come over and ask for more, got down off the table because I feed him on the table. I can't reach to get his bowls on and off the floor. So he eats on the table on a linen napkin, and just, it's what we do. So he got down, got a drink of water, went upstairs, played for a little bit, came back down, asked for some more, so I gave him some more. He ate all of that. And then I thought, well, maybe I should put it on top of the food that he maybe isn't loving as much. I'm just going to blend over all of that for a minute. And I did, and he ate most of it. Again, all of the mousse, but not all of the other stuff. So now I'm trying to, I had picked up another box of like a pate version of another food, and he seems to be liking that. So this morning I'm like, I am feeling amazing. I've got Cat eating more. If I share this with you, you might think I'm kind of an idiot, but I struggle with laundry. We have a nice front loader, and it has the drawer that you pull out to put the stuff in. I can't pull the drawer out. It's a pain in the tuchus. I'm gonna go in with bar 3674 on my lid. Anyway, Mike was doing laundry for the day, and we've been using the like Tide Pod type thingies. I'm not sure if that's exactly the one that we've been using, but that idea. And I said, I wish there was a more efficient way to do this. And he just looked at me like I had 6 heads and all of them were falling off. And I said, well, because I don't love the Tide Pod thingies. They don't do what I want them to do. Sometimes they don't melt all the way, and you have to rewash everything. It's just a pain in the butt. And this morning I didn't want to deal with it. I was doing a really quick load of basically clean laundry, new stuff that had just come in. So I didn't need like a heavy duty washing, just a light washing. So I chucked in a little dish soap. Don't judge me. And the reason I'm telling you this is because that made me think, backpedal. We also have pour-in laundry soap, but then the cap gets yucky, it ends up all over the bottle, it gets on my hands, which sends me right over the edge. So anyway, as I squeezed in a little bit of the dish soap, I thought, well, couldn't I just buy a squeezy bottle and put regular laundry soap in it and do that? Way less messy, way more efficient. So I went on the Zon and I looked and I read a ton of reviews about a bunch of different ones, and I found a 12-pack, which I obviously don't need, but I am going to see if any of my friends and family need squeezy bottles that we can just fill from a giant jug and do it that way. And then, I mean, the spout's going to get a little bit schmutzy, but that's easy enough to wipe off. So I was really excited, figuring out how to do the laundry more efficiently, getting Cat to eat more. I was just like riding high. I'm gonna go with this pink shade right here called London. I think it's almost like duochrome, like gold and pink. And then I checked my email, and apparently I have been signed out of that email account. That's the swatch. That's really pretty. Since February, because I had an email in there from a friend of mine who had emailed me saying that the suggestions I made and the things I had given her were working out really well. She really likes her makeup now and likes how it looks. So after reading her email, I was feeling really good, like helping somebody figure out how to feel good about themselves. Just, there's nothing like it. It's what I want to do. I like to help all the people, all the things. If I can help, I'm going to. And so I was feeling really, really good. And I messaged my sister and was like, look at me go, all the things. I hadn't at that point managed to get dressed yet, but that was coming. I was working on it. And I just felt so, so good. And okay, so at this point, we've used all the shades except Bon Voyage, Roaring 20s, which is this very fun red, and Istanbul and Venice. So I think I'm going to use a combination of Istanbul and Venice on the lower lash line. That's a duochrome as well. And I think that'll be pretty, which I'll do right now while I continue telling you. I was watching somebody's video and they mentioned Scentbird, which I of course have heard about for years. And I really like perfume, but I don't buy it. I think in my whole life I've purchased 4 bottles of perfume for myself. I've gotten Mike a boatload, like a lot of cologne. And I got Jackson the Dior Sauvage cologne because I got a little sample of it and he did this whole like commercial for me about it. It was so cute. So I got that for him, but I don't buy myself perfume. So I went on to Scentbird and thought this might be the answer. It's monthly, it's affordable, they're really small bottles, so if I hate it, it's not overly wasteful and I might be able to rehome it. Well, that came in the mail and I got it this morning. And I figured before I got dressed, I would try it on and see if I liked the scent. That way, if I didn't like it, it wasn't on me, on my clothes all day long. At this point, the universe must have decided that I had gotten entirely too cocky. I thought I was feeling proud of, the genuine good things I'd accomplished. But it would seem as though the universe did not agree with me. I'm going to line my waterline with a LA Girl brown eyeliner in Lasting Brown. Because, I say this because I took the perfume out and tried to spray it on myself and couldn't depress the pumper. Tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. And I can't. I just don't have enough strength in my hands to make it squirt. So needless to say, that sucked and brought me down to earth. Yeah, that not cool. So I think I'm going to have to email Scentbird and cancel my subscription. I can't get perfumes that I can't physically get out of the bottle. Why do they make them so hard? I have behind me, I don't know if you can see, the 2 bottles of perfume. One is the, one is the Huda Beauty one, and the other one is Versace Bright Crystal. I really like both of them. And yesterday I was trying to figure out if I could just put them in a different bottle, like a water squirting bottle. Not cute and classy, but if I could do it and make it work, I might be able to wear perfume a little more. I don't know how to get the cap off. My sister tried because she's considerably stronger than me. Couldn't do it. So if you have any suggestions for how to make perfume work for somebody who can't squirt the perfume bottle, let me know. I would really appreciate it. So anyway, we're back to a balance. I feel a little good and a little crappy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, I'm going to go off camera, do the rest of my face, and I'll come back and probably touch up my waterline a little bit, or my lash line. Not loving how that looks. And then we'll wrap up this video. I'm back, and this is the final look. Let me zoom you in for an up close. I decided to use some green on the lower lash line instead of what I had originally chosen. I'll show you. First, let me back you up and then we can wrap this video up. So I ended up using the green called Grand Sweet and the gold Istanbul on the lower lash line. I didn't love the other shades that I had on there, so I just wiped it off and went with those. I like the palette. I'm happy that I have it. I think that if you were interested in it, you would be happy. Quality is standard Nomad quality, what you'd expect. Everything just looks really pretty. So yeah, what I expected, very cool. If you want to watch the rest of my face, I'll tell you now. Just in case you care, and if you're going to ask me, my memory is so bad. So for my foundation, I'm using the Sephora Best Skin Ever Full Coverage Concealer. I can't use this under my eyes, so I'm using it on my face, and it looks good. As for my under eyes and the usual places, I'm using the KVD Good Apple Concealer. Really like this one a lot. My setting powder is actually half and half. I'm not sure how I feel about setting powders, like specifically one from another. So I'm using the NJC on the right side of my face and this random Too Faced Born This Way powder that came in a BoxyCharm ages ago on the left. I'm going to keep an eye on it throughout the day if I remember and try to figure out if I think it makes a difference what powder I use. My contour is the Kevyn Aucoin because it almost always is if it's not the Kaleidos. My bronzer is this L'Oreal bronzer. Again, this is in soft, no, what is the shade? 350 medium. I love this bronzer so much. So much. My blush is the Danessa Myricks in Prima Donna. I haven't picked up another one yet. I'm going to. Sephora sale is coming, so I might as well wait till I can get a discount. My highlight is actually two. I went in with my Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Exhilarate. Ooh, come on. Which is a bit dark. Like it works on my cheeks, but for my inner corner and my Cupid's bow, it was just a little bit darker than what I wanted. So I topped it with the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in Supreme Rose Beam. It's very nice. It is a more subtle highlight, but I like it. My finishing powder today is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Powder Foundation, and this is in 120 Vanilla. I really like this for a finishing powder. I think that brings us to my lip. I'm wearing the Juvia's Place lip liner in the shade Cola, I think, possibly. And I really wanted to use this MAC Ruby Woo again. The first time I used it, the only other time I used it, I just put it on all by itself, but I knew it would look better with a lip liner, and it does. I like it so much. It's comfortable, it's matte, nothing to complain about. So that's episode 59, done and dusted. Let me know if you have any other palette suggestions for these videos. I'm working my way through the list that I am building based on your suggestions, so I super appreciate that. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.